So hello and good morning everyone, and very warm welcome to Cambridge and to the Excellerator 2023.
Are you excited about science and to make an impact to the world? So I just want to make the point that molecular human information, ideally at a single cell level, can make a difference.
And the reality is, from what I've seen, like the people that are great leaders, they do things that they fundamentally enjoy and have a passion for.
All the things that have gone wrong, you learn from. And that is something that's really important and makes you strong.
We're building cathedrals. Different people are inspired by different things, but we're trying to affect enormous change. We should aspire to those sorts of things, cathedral building.
Well, I think one of the most important things any leader needs to be great at is listening. What's extraordinary about good leaders is how different they all are. One of the beautiful things about great scientists is, their work does come first, and that they care really about the environment that will allow them to make progress.
We look at molecular risk, we look at biology risk, we look at people risk. So we like to invest in best-in-class stuff.
Don't put off the thought about an IPO, because actually quite a lot of the steps that might lead up to an IPO are going to equip you better for your B, C fundraisings.
You need to be really humble, actually, I think, to be really effective at leading in a matrixed organisation. You have to be a good listener. You have to accept that your way is not necessarily always going to be the right way.
I was actually interested in which residues performed a catalytic reaction, because essentially at heart I was kind of more chemically based than anything else. So I wanted to say, well, I want to make that protein, and then I'm going to knock out a residue and I'm going to see what happens.
Sometimes you need to concede the battle in order to win the war.
You need to figure out what works for you and what works for your team, and listen. Take that feedback from your team, and it's the most valuable thing that you can utilize and create that space so that they feel that they can trust you.
Diverse teams always win. From the moral and kind of delivery perspective, for me personally, I never want to be considered a token. You have to deliver. We are not here because we tick a box. We are here because we deliver. Leadership is not about being in control. It's about being surrounded by people who make you better and can help you succeed as a team.
I think one of the most powerful things you can do to hold yourself accountable is you go public. You share what you do, and then you do what you say.
This imposter syndrome I hear so many people talk about, all that is a niggling self-doubt.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes, because we all did mistakes, it's okay. What is not okay if you only do mistakes, but it will never happen. But this is okay, and this is a learning curve, but the power of the team is amazing.
Well, you can look at the cell like a piece of hardware. And in the center there's a hard drive, and that hard drive stores a binary code. Of course, that's the DNA. That encodes genes. And at a higher level, these genes interact with each other to form programs. So these are the programs of life.
Surround yourself with people who bring in those different perspectives. When things go wrong, have the courage to take the blame. And when things go right, have the humbleness to pass the credit to the team.
I was on the board of EUFEPS in 2010 in Leiden. Just to give you an idea, scientists around the table, we are representing different institutions, and President Obama was addressing the inaugural speech to Bio in the US, and he was saying just simply this: the US needs to have an IMEI. And that was the base for the National Centers for Translational Advanced Science that was then funded by the federal government.
Because we got turned down a lot by VCs. But you have to keep going. You have to really believe, and you have to keep pushing.
When it comes to the use of AI in healthcare, it's the physician plus AI. And ideally, 1 + 1 is more than 2.
To change a whole organization of scientists to do things in a different way, you need to publish in Nature. Otherwise, they won't read it.
Of course, I want to also extend a big thank you to our partners. Once again, everything that GBR does is entirely voluntary, and we cannot exist without the generous support of our partners. I would like to invite all of the team to come forward.